really do. You're a 21-year-old punk fucking kid. Grandpa's given you everything all your fucking life. You've never had a car payment, a house payment. Everything you live in was given to you by Grandpa. You fucking don't know what it's like to work for a fucking living like I do, to bust my fucking ass and do what I do. And you know what, Sean? You fucked me, and that's the way you got it. But you know what? Your grandpa's money will run out someday, and you'll have to feast for yourself. Get a fucking job, you piece of shit.
Welcome to Behind the Smoke Podcast. My name is Sean Walcha from Cali Comfort Barbecue. We are live in Spring Valley above the butcher shop with Derek Marceau from Valley Farm Market. We got an awesome episode today. We are bringing in an amateur barbecue team that is very near and dear to our heart. They've been competing in our Spring Valley Tailgating Barbecue Festival since 2012.
Pretty fucking cool.
2012.
Pretty fucking cool. We're pretty excited.
Tom and Tamara, we are very excited to have them on. We're going to talk about Spring Valley, about the upcoming barbecue championship that we have.
Is there something
amateur
going on?
Event. Turns out we've got a lot of work going on. Yeah,
a lot of work.
Shout out to Abbie. Abbie does.
She rocking right now.
Yeah,
she left here around 5, and she's like, I got I got a lot of work to do. And she's like, I'm probably not going to sleep until after the event. And I'm like, well, that's good.
She's a rock star. We have some onerous paperwork for the county to get the permit. And
was that the 45 pages we printed out
was
earlier?
45 pages of Section 1, Subsection 1. Turns out you need a lot of things to shut down a maid thoroughfare.
I don't think really anyone listens to this podcast anyways, but fuck them. They just totally fucked us over this year. We've been doing this for 8 years now, and this is going to be the toughest one getting these permits done.
Possibly.
They switched it over.
Possibly.
No, fuck no, not possibly, because it's been a lot harder than it's ever been.
You'd think that it would get easier year over year.
Yeah, they just want to fucking take our money and.
Well, I mean, we want to put on this community event. We're raising money for organizations and training. We're trying to raise money for Shane Walton and his foundation to help some at-risk youth. We're trying to promote the growth of barbecue. We're trying to have a great day in Spring Valley, and we really want to do something that's great for East County and barbecue on the West Coast. Is that so hard?
We've succeeded in the past, I feel. And I think a lot of times people get the wrong concept about what we do and tend to think that we're making all this money. And
where's the money?
Little do they know
money?
that. Well, I gave a lot of money. Yes. I know that. I know we donate a lot of money every year, but that's what it's about, and we understand that. But just, don't make us do more hurdles than we have to. I'm all for being compliant and doing everything we need to do to make sure everything's safe. But this year, I know you don't want me to get too crazy on them, but I'm fucking mad.
You're mad?
Yeah.
I don't like mad, Derek.
I'm angry.
Don't be mad.
I can't help myself, man.
Don't be mad.
I can't help myself.
We'll figure it out.
No, we always do.
We always do. We
always
figure it out.
But it's still bullshit. And, like I said, like you said, it's not about us. It's not about the event. It's about the bigger picture. And sometimes some of these single-minded people or entities don't understand that. And they want to take it.
We're going to make it happen.
We will.
I believe in us, and
I have an acre and a half in Humul at my house. So
I'll make that drive.
If there you go. If we have to do it, we'll just do it at my house. I'm sure my wife will be very, very excited about it.
Well, for those of you that first time listening to the podcast, this is Behind the Smoke. Everything that we talk about, all of the links will be in the show notes. It's something that it's a true honor for Derek and I to be able to share these barbecue war stories, go behind the scenes with entrepreneurs, barbecue teams, amateur teams, professional teams, event organizers, people who are in sports entertainment, and kind of let you know what's really fucking going on and not the PC version of that. We love talking about digital marketing. We love promoting podcasts.
Talking yesterday during golf.
Yes.
Not talk about business. That was pretty cool for once.
That was tough to do.
When was the last time we did that?
Did we not talk about business?
Oh, that's all we really did talk about. But it was kind of cool to get outside of
It was good.
Spring Valley and go hit the links for a little bit.
That was nice. Derek's got a great golf game.
God.
He gave me a few pointers, which I appreciated.
Hey, right center and a forehand in tennis.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
That's it.
So before we get going, I do want to give a social shout out. My Twitter. You guys know how much I love Twitter for whoever listens to this podcast. But Meat and Metal, NO, as in Norway. Olav follows this podcast. He's lets us know what he's doing. He shares his behind the smoke. He has a barbecue blog in Norway. He is 3 episodes deep already.
That's fucking
podcasting.
rad. And he's been like one of our true listeners for a long fucking time.
Right since we started.
Dude, shout out to you, bud. And we're stoked. We're going to start listening to your podcast. And if you need any tips, not that we're any fucking good at this, but if you need any help with anything, let us know or reach out. We're more than happy to lead you.
Absolutely.
Any way we want.
I mean, that's the coolest thing, and that's one of the best things about the podcast is for anybody that's opening a business or they want to learn more about digital marketing, about how to improve their Instagram posts, what they should be doing on Twitter. That's what we're here for. Reach out to us. Don't be shy. We love seeing all the stuff that you guys are doing, and anything that we can do to support that, we're all in. Speaking of all in, WGW, back in episode 1. Episode 1, we actually started podcasting. We had this gentleman by the name of Fern's Semifamous Barbecue, which Corey, our producer, is wearing a beautiful shirt from Fern. We had him on episode 1, and during that episode, we talked about barbecue team names. Barbecue team names being, Fern let us know that WGW actually means White Girls Wasted.
Nice.
And both you and I said, what the fuck? How come nobody told us that when they signed up?
Didn't know it was like over the line now.
Right?
Over the line names. But
well, now we don't need to hear from Fern. We can actually go right to the source. Welcome, Tom and Tamara. Welcome. We're so honored to have you guys here.
Thank you.
So, White Girls Wasted.
The White Girls Wasted. When we started doing your competition, I'm just some kid.
So first of all, have you ever competed before?
In 2012, that was my first competition ever.
Perfect.
So I had my head up my ass, not a single clue.
How did you find out about the event?
My wife looks around. We bought our house in 2012, so she started just looking around the neighborhood and checking it out, seeing what restaurants are, what kind of stuff there is to do around town. And so she got a hold of your website, and she saw that. And she likes my barbecue, so she convinced me to go ahead and enter.
It's awesome.
So I'm thinking, I've never competed in my life. What the hell am I doing here? I'm going to have some fun with it. I read about it, saw the charity. I like the charity a lot. And I figured, what the hell? We'll just have some fun. My coworkers are the ones that actually came up with the name. And, we're thinking we're going to come in and just get our asses handed to us. So, and these are my drinking buddies. My coworkers are my drinking buddies.
Nice.
So the term is you get white girl wasted, stupid drunk.
right.
And one of them said, why don't we call the team?
How many people were in the team?
There was 3 of us the first year. Yeah, my 2 coworkers and myself. And so we came up with that name, and we just abbreviated it, WGW, in case anybody asked. That way they wouldn't say, oh, you guys get the hell out of here, that kind of thing.
Right.
And we ended up winning the whole damn thing that year. Grand champion.
First year, grand champion.
Yeah, which shocked the hell out of me. The hell out. I couldn't believe it.
I remember giving them the awards and watching them just jumping off the ground. They were doing backflips. It was fucking rad.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was like I said, we're taking our barbecues out of the back of my truck, and I'm seeing guys with trailers, diamond plate, and powder coated, and all this stuff, and I'm thinking, what the fuck am I doing?
What were you smoking on? What kind of smoke are you?
Weber's.
Yeah,
nice. Weber grills, nothing fancy.
Just the kettles?
Yeah, and a gas grill.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, and we ended up first place barbecue chicken and grand champion.
Wow.
And so we kept it going for with these 2 guys. I did it the next year. And,
who were those 2 guys? What were their names?
There was Rob Capaziello and Patrick. That's right. Yeah, Patrick. He kind of fell off the planet. I haven't talked to him in a while, but
where are you, Patrick? What happened?
Yeah, I know.
What
Where the
happened
heck
to
are
Patrick?
you? I actually texted him a few months ago and never heard back.
You got to reach out, man.
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah.
So we kept it going and figured.
So keeping it going, this was the only event that you guys competed in?
The only event.
Rad.
The only event.
It's rad.
And then fast forward a couple of years, and my daughter gets involved. She's 17 now, so she's been doing this. This will be her 4th year with me.
But she's not white girl wasted.
She's
right?
not white girl wasted. Not that I'm aware of.
Right.
And there'll be hell to pay if I find out. Well, anyway, I figure, we can't keep it white girl wasted. I've got to change the name. And my wife and my daughter both said, well, now you kind of have a brand. People know the name. You know, people know what to look for when we're at the competition, so you can't change it.
Ooh, the marketing side. I like it.
I do have a marketing degree.
I appreciate that.
She does.
I appreciate that.
So we just changed what it meant. And I'm a Weber snob. I have a lot of grills, all but one are Weber. And we've been pretty successful at the competition.
Any Smoky Mountain?
Smoky Mountain.
Yeah.
2 kettles, an 18 and a 22.
Nice.
2 Weber Genesis.
Yeah.
And then my little Campin.
There you
Just
go.
a little Smoky Joe.
I love them. I'm a
they're
huge
great.
proponent of them. I tell people all the time, they're like, man, you know, what should I get? You know, I see you guys got the old hickories and this and that. I'm like, look, they're great. But if you're going to do backyard stuff and you have time, the old Weber, she's tested through and through. I mean, everything they do is pretty much quality.
You throw a pork butt in there in 16 hours, and I mean, it comes out awesome every time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Their utensils are good too.
Yeah,
I mean, I have some Weber utensils that have lasted me longer than, you know, all these other ones that I've used that just keep breaking. It's they have a great product.
Yep. So that's our team name now, though. It's Weber Grills Win.
Weber
Which sounds
Grills
kind
Win.
of stupid, I admit, but you know,
It's better than White Girl Wasted.
it's
It
better than
is.
White Girl Wasted.
And you've stayed true to the brand.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Why is that important?
Well, when he won Grand Champion the first year, I'm like,
Weren't you out there?
oh, I was,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you said he won. You were out there.
Well, I was like customer
Don't be
service.
so don't be so
you know?
humble. Don't be so humble and play the backdoor role. No, absolutely not. Customer service is very
It was
important for
customer
PC
service.
teams.
Yeah, so
Right?
I just figured, you know, especially if he wanted to expand or do it more, I'm like, people know you now.
Right.
Sure.
So if you come next year with a completely different name,
They're
Yeah,
not going to know.
they're
they're
not
not
gonna
going to know. So I said
So
he
you
had
were,
to
you
keep
were
it.
you were selling the samples, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That was
interacting.
neat.
Yep, there you go.
So you won first place in chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that. What would you do?
As far as how do I cook my chicken?
Yeah, everything. How did you
Okay.
turn in thighs? Did you turn
Thighs
in
and
leg,
drumsticks.
drum-
I'm a
thighs and
dark
drum-
meat guy.
Yeah.
And you know, I love dark meat.
Did you
That's my
brine it
favorite.
at all?
No. Actually, I have a rub that I've been making for a year. I've been cooking my chicken for better part of 20 years.
Okay.
And it's a simple rub: salt, pepper, garlic, paprika.
And other stuff you're not going to mention
Oh.
because it's a secret.
No, it's not a secret. I'll tell whoever. That's fine. It doesn't matter. They're not going to mix it up as well.
Yeah, they can't. They don't know the portions.
Yeah, yeah. Chili powder and mustard powder and all that good stuff.
Right.
And oil, because you know you have to have crispy chicken
Absolutely.
skin. And season everything up. Let it sit for about 10-15 minutes and throw it on the grill.
Do you do an olive oil? Do you do
I use
peanut?
canola oil. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
it's kind of neutral in flavor and it crisps up the skin real nice. Just a light coating.
Right.
And then I'm a sauce guy, so I like a nice sweet sauce. So I like glaze it at about 10 minutes or so before it's done.
Sure.
And simple as that.
So,
Caramelize it at the end. And
so talk
turn
about
it in.
actual being nervous or not nervous about the judging portion. As far
Oh,
as
I was
what-
nervous as hell. I was completely nervous. You know, the first competition we've ever done, and I don't know what we need to bring, so I'm just kind of thinking, you know, going through my head. I wrote down a checklist, and we get there, and like I said, you know, I'm seeing these guys pull out these smokers that, you know, thousands of dollars worth of smokers, and here I got, you know, a couple of grills pulled out of the back of a truck.
Sure.
And I'm going, what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah.
And I took that throughout the whole thing. I'm thinking, there's no way. You know, there's no way. So once the judging came up, though, you know, I'm pretty confident with my cooking level and my skills. So I was hoping, I was cautiously optimistic that I might do a little bit of something with the chicken.
Nice.
And then we ended up winning first place with that.
Right.
And boom, you know, at that point, the nervousness gone. You
Yeah.
know, now I did something. And then we, you know, won grand champion. And
Did you place in
holy
any
shit.
of the other meats?
No,
No?
not that year.
So you probably just got high
Did,
enough
did
just
well
to get
enough.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. Being consistent. And what about after that? How'd you guys do?
The year after, I kind of let my partners have a little more say in the recipes, and all we took was first place in barbecue chicken, which that was mine.
That was yours, and
That
that's
was-
what he's.
That was mine, and you're not changing
true to
it.
that.
Yeah, you're not changing this. This is the way I do it. This is my
Right.
chicken. And we didn't place in anything else. Still had a lot of fun.
Right.
And then after that, they went off and did their own thing, and that's when I recruited my daughter and my nephew at the time. It's before he joined the Marine Corps, and we ended up winning the whole thing on the third year.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that year I actually placed in a TriTip as well.
Nice.
Nice.
Which
What
shocked the hell out of
What'd
me.
you do differently?
Didn't let the other guys touch it.
Yeah, exactly. No,
We practiced. We got to eat a lot of barbecue.
No,
You know-
that really is what it is. I mean, honest to God, because it becomes a feel, and then people don't understand it. But it's not it's not a time thing; it's a feel thing.
It is.
Once
It
you
is.
do enough tri-tips, you'll know. It's a very, very, very underutilized piece of meat, and it's phenomenal if you do it right. And has two different ways that the grains run in. So when you get cut it in half and slice it against the
Exactly.
grain, when you do it right, it's fucking phenomenal.
And that's where I failed the first year and the second year. I had cooked probably a grand total of maybe 1 or 2 tri-tips before I started doing the competition. And just, no particular reason why, I was cooking other things. So the first year, hadn't got a slight clue what I'm doing.
Right.
Not the slightest clue. And I'm sure I probably turned in a piece of crap. It might have tasted good, but definitely not competition worthy or anything like that. Second year, I started actually cooking it a little bit, but, my teammates...
Now, you guys were selling PC, right? Both years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You guys were taking tokens.
Yes.
every year we've been there,
Every
we've been
year,
doing it.
yeah.
And that I focus on chicken.
Yeah.
Well, just so
chicken-
you know, for guys like Sean and us, we are so grateful for people like you
Yeah.
that come out there and do PC. Without PC, we don't have events.
Absolutely.
And that's the biggest thing for us, is to be able to draw a crowd and have people come in and try different chickens, try people's barbecue. If they come and there's nothing left and you've only had maybe 2 chickens to give out, people are pissed, man. And we don't have an event if it's not for people like you that want to come out and actually support and understand that it's a little bit bigger than just you doing the competition. It's more about giving back and having a community aspect to it. So thank you guys for that.
Well, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially, having you support him, because you not being there to support him makes it that much harder for him to compete as well as do the PC.
Right. He can't do both.
Well, yeah,
So
you-
he's cooking, and I'm the
Sure.
one kind of talking to the people, meeting them.
My daughter and I did
Come
that
try
last
the
year.
food,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
2 of us did everything, and
Right.
that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of
pain in
work.
the ass.
Yeah, it's
hard.
a lot of
So
work.
I recruited
So
a couple
hard.
buddies of mine that
There
will
you go.
barbecue. This will be their first competition, so there'll be 4 of us.
Well, you can show them the ropes, man.
Yeah,
Let them know how it goes. And
we actually barbecued this past Sunday, and I showed them, because we're going to do my chicken for the People's Choice. Of
course you
and I
are.
showed them how I cook it.
Right.
And this is how you're going to cook it, and we're just going to crank it out all day long, keep
Right.
it going all day long. And they're nervous.
Right.
Well, what if we screw up? Well, it's chicken. It's pretty easy to not screw up.
Here's what
Just
you do:
cook it,
is
just
make
cook
sure
it.
that it gets over the temperature, and you will be
Exactly,
good.
exactly.
Don't
don't
serve
undercook
raw
it.
chicken.
That was the first thing I told him. No undercooked poultry of any kind.
Other than that, you're fine. I mean, you can put fucking paprika on chicken, and it's still edible.
So was this that your daughter wanted to participate, or you recruited her?
No,
to
she wanted.
participate?
She wanted
Really?
to do it. Yeah.
Because every time I've interacted with her during the event, she had such a positive attitude, and that's something that we truly appreciate. Her willingness to engage the crowd, engage the process, because it's a long day. It
I
is
kind of
not
had
it's not
to
a short
push her
day.
into that a little bit. The first year she joined the team, I told her, as people walking by, say, hey, we've got a few trophies out here. Tell people, hey, you want to try some barbecue chicken? It's won awards, for the People's Choice. And she, well, I don't really want to say anything.
It can be
I said,
intimidating,
Yeah.
for sure.
But then once she got into it, just bam, she's a natural.
But it's one of those things you have to be uncomfortable, and that's when you work in hospitality, you work in a restaurant, you work in events. It's never comfortable for anybody. Even
Yeah.
if you are a natural, it's not comfortable to stop the crowd and say smile. Stop them
Yep.
and give them a reason to engage them. But the more that you do it, the more you realize there's certain things that you can do with your personality, with how you approach it, to get people to engage. And the PC teams that are the most engaging, guess what? Those are the ones that are spending the most time smiling. They're spending the most time talking to the other people. They're outside of their comfort zone. They're not behind their smoker or back to the
Yep.
crowd. Like, you've got to engage. You've got to put out those awards. Those are awards that you want. That's what people want to see.
When I'm actually doing the meat for competition, where my chopping table usually is, the people kind of congregate around there, because it's literally right in front of the stall. And so I've got an audience while I'm slicing up, whether the ribs or tri-tip or what have you, and that's pretty cool. You know, but I'm at the same time, like you said, I'm going, shit, hope I don't screw up. Hope I don't tip my finger off.
Right.
But yeah,
You've seen it happen.
but it takes a conscious decision to be in front. Like, you have, and That's why there are open kitchens. That's why there's places where if you see the process, you see how the craft is being done, it makes you more willing to engage and to be, that's amazing. Wow, look, can I try that? I want to try that. Exactly what you're cutting.
Yep.
Yeah, they say, "Can I buy that?" We're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
well, this is for the competition, but
Yeah, we'll sell
we'll
what's
be
left over
making
of this
some
piece.
more.
Yep.
But we watched this guy, what's it, Salt Bay?
Yeah.
And I fucking despise that little thing that they do. And my buddy was telling me about it. Like, he's like, dude, you got to check out his Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking looking at that shit. Anyways, I ended up looking at it. The dude's a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
Like, he is so good
Yes.
at what he does.
Yes.
He is a butcher, and he cuts up meat. I mean, I've been doing this my whole life, cutting up meat, and he impressed the shit out of me and how good he was.
It's
But
beyond impressive.
He's in front doing it,
Yeah.
showing it, taking the initiative. It's
To the point where it's like you think it's a fucking joke.
No.
Like, is this guy fucking kidding?
Dude,
No, he takes this shit seriously.
those knife skills.
Oh,
I'm telling
absolutely.
you, dude. When he does
It is
the
pretty
grind-
hilarious, too.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. But he's so damn good at what he does. I was in awe on when he was butchering up some lamb. Just knowing where to cut his knife skills were just on point. But that salt stuff still kind of annoying.
Hey, he knows how to market.
But he's
I'm not going to knock that.
Like that's what I was saying. He's in putting it out there,
Viral
being
videos,
up front,
yeah,
showing that
YouTube,
he's got it. And I'm like,
Instagram, Facebook, all of it.
kudos to you, man.
When
That's
you
awesome.
become a meme, you've made it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So talk a little bit more about just the contest itself and what you did to prepare to get ready, because we got a lot of teams that are signing up, a lot of teams that are coming back, which is really cool. I mean,
Checklists?
Yep.
Checklists?
Absolutely.
So what have you learned year over year that has made you a better team?
Checklist.
Yeah.
What Derek just said.
What do you put on the checklist?
Every single thing that I'm bringing with me.
Yeah.
I'm a list kind of guy anyway. I organize better when I have a list in front of me and I can do that. And as long as I have all my tools and just my ingredients and everything's there, then once I set it up, I can function just fine.
Is this a written checklist or
It's a written
digital checklist?
Well, it's on my phone.
So it's on your phone.
It's on my phone.
What kind of phone do you have?
Samsung Galaxy 5.
Okay.
Yep.
But it's just you just have it as notes.
Yeah.
But it's like your
it's
your
on a
master note.
notepad and it's
Perfect.
just got a check. And so each time I put something in the box, check.
So you can use it year over year. and
Year
just add
after
to
year,
it.
and then whatever I forgot the previous year, you add that to the list.
It's perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean we use Google Docs a
Yeah.
lot because it is easy for us to share with team members,
Mhm.
and it's also a breathable doc. So it's if it gets updated, it's updated, and that's the one document. Something that we use a lot, and Derek absolutely loves.
No, I really do. I am coming around on it a lot. I do. God, I just sound like this fucking negative. all the time.
Fucking negative
Jesus
Nancy.
Christ. I hate
I
everything.
hate Twitter. I hate Instagram. Don't like LinkedIn.
I do like the Google. It's actually pretty cool because if there is something that needs updated, I update it. Then all of a sudden it goes to you guys and it's there. And then you fix something and I open it up. It
saves a lot. from
Yeah.
I
sending
also
an
don't get
attachment.
there as early as he does.
Yeah.
Because why? But so if he forgets something,
That
oh my God, when you come,
that'll
Right.
Yeah, my
Please
second
bring
year
it.
we forgot the garnish.
Yep.
Which
What kind of garnish you use?
What did we use? I think we used romaine that year.
Oh my God, the first year we bought
Iceberg.
kale.
Oh, kale.
Yes.
And then
And
we were
all of a
told you can't
sudden,
use kale. So I
that's
said,
not
wait,
in the
shit.
Wait,
rules.
who told you that?
I think you did.
Gene.
Gene.
did.
Yeah.
It was
Can't
Gene
do
or
that.
me.
Yeah.
So here I go running to buy some lettuce.
I have noticed that is now listed on the welcoming letter.
Yes.
Garnish, but no kale, no red leaf, and all that kind of crap.
So part of the crazy, as the event grows every year, we have to do a better job communicating with the teams,
Mhm.
communicating with the judges, communicating with our vendors, communicating with our team, and things that we learn. We want, if we don't put on a great experience, then you're not going to come back. You're
Yep.
going to be like, fuck that was whack. They promised me this, if I won and they didn't have it, or
Mhm.
something was promised, and it's always something that's promised that isn't fulfilled. And it's our job to make sure that we treat the event as our business, and it is our business because our business is the community. Our business is raising money for the charity. Our business is to watch teams like you grow. You know, to watch Fern compete as an amateur team and then now compete as a KCBS team.
Yep.
We absolutely love it. You know, now he's going all in on barbecue. You know, this is going to become his business, and you guys have created a friendship because of barbecue.
Absolutely.
You know, he bounces ideas off of you, you bounce ideas off of him.
And we competed against each other.
Exactly.
And, you know, he told me the second year he did it that, okay, I'm coming after you. I'm gunning for you.
Yeah.
And started hanging out, and, you know, he's one of my best friends now.
Yeah.
As a result of the competition and just barbecue in general.
Isn't that cool? Mm-hmm. Talk about tailgating. How have you guys done?
I haven't really focused so much on the actual tailgating part. No particular reason why. I just did the food part.
Yeah.
You know, we got flags in it. You know, at the time I had Charger flags. I do not have Charger flags anymore.
You don't have
Nice.
to. You don't have to apologize
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
It's totally cool.
I do have Padres flags and you know, the American flag, and just you know, usually we'd be wearing a jersey of some sort.
Uh-huh.
But as far as the actual tailgate experience, I kind of was always one of those guys that I would show up to the game. You know, my buddy's dad would set up the whole thing, so I would show up and I'd cook.
Work.
Right.
Yeah, he'd do all the work, setting up the booth and you know,
Prepping
getting the
the night
TV set
before,
up and all
yeah.
that stuff, and then I'd show up and cook.
Yeah.
And that's what we would do. You know, back in the days when we used to tailgate a lot.
Tailgate
So
it.
I focused on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, Qualcomm's a great place to
Jack
to
Murphy
go.
and Qualcomm.
Dude,
Oh, man.
No,
just
no,
go there.
no better tailgating grounds.
We did the
than
same
there.
thing. Honest to God, it was my stepdad's buddies. They bring the whole bus, go down there, and a lot of times I'd get thrown on the grill, but I didn't have to do shit besides that.
Yeah.
Just go there, hang out, and get to do it. That was exciting. I wasn't much of a tailgater.
No.
I know you are.
Yeah. Tailgating's
Huge.
in my blood.
That's we've talked about that before. I never
If my
got to
wife
experience tailgating.
didn't accept tailgating, I don't think things would have worked out.
that's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Really?
It would have been.
Wow. Yeah, no, I
mean, tailgating is so much like barbecuing. I mean, everything that we do event-wise is so incorporated into tailgating. I mean, you're camping, you're spending time around the fire, you're spending
love
time
camping.
with friends. Yeah,
love camping.
See?
I guess I just never had time to tailgate. I was always playing.
yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
But you camp. When you're camping,
I
when you're
camp.
camping, you're tailgating.
Yeah. We used to go out to
There's
Gordon's
just
and
no,
Lamos.
there's just no sporting event attached to it.
Yeah.
Beer
Well, there's a
pong.
sport.
That's a
We-
sport.
We drink.
Yeah.
That's a sport.
Professional.
Boy. Professional drinkers.
Professional.
Definitely professional drinkers.
So what are you planning for this year?
This year, you know, like I said, I've got a couple extra buddies that are coming in. This will be their first year doing
And
the
these are
barbecue.
work buddies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we talk barbecue every day
Nice.
and swap food porn. And,
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. it's-
On Instagram?
No,
Not yet.
just you know, texting each other pictures.
There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
don't have an Instagram account yet.
But you will.
Yet. Yes, I will.
But you will.
Yes, I will.
You're
We're
gonna have
slowly
one.
getting him into social media.
Oh, he's in now.
Yeah.
Because I'll be in his ear.
Right.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
know.
Derek's
I know.
tweeting, so-
Fern's already been trying
So
for a
Tom's
while
definitely
now. So.
yeah. Fern needs to get his Facebook account set up.
Yep. Yep.
Totally.
Yeah, he's on my list.
Fern?
We never
He doesn't have
forget.
Facebook?
No, he doesn't have
Oh,
Facebook.
dude.
I know
You
it's
gotta wear
whack.
him out.
It's whack.
Wear him out.
Totally.
No,
whack.
Instagram, I mean, it's such a great tool for people to see what you're doing. As long as it's, I mean, Sean and I have different theories on this, but I don't like too much content. But just, you know, every once in a while, throw up some pictures. Like when you're outside barbecuing just for trying it out and you know, messing around, throw that up there.
Yeah.
And, you know, you'd be surprised how many people want to know or are scared to take that first step. They don't want to do a tri-tip, but they saw your Instagram like, man, that looks so fucking good. Or
Yeah, or, hey, tried a new recipe.
and they'll
you know,
reach
what do
out to
guys
you and
think?
say, yeah, we get that all the time.
And we had somebody that listens to the podcast in Chicago that said, "I'm sick and tired of listening to you assholes talk about tri-tip."
Yeah.
And he tweeted me a picture of the tri-tip he bought.
Nice.
He's like, "I'm putting it on the grill."
Dude, it's
which is
I'm
rad.
telling you, I am a tri-tip whore.
Yeah.
That's And like I said, you know, I never really cooked it that much until I started doing your competition.
Yeah.
So
do you
Well,
do the
that's awesome.
reverse sear? Or what?
I do the reverse sear.
Yeah.
And so, but I like to kind of mess around with it a lot. So I'll sometimes I'll cook it like a steak, and sometimes I'll cook it like a roast. Always use smoke, whether it's a lot of smoke or a little smoke, depending on what I'm in the mood for. Different rubs, different seasonings. This one with sauce, that one with no sauce, and just all kinds of different things. It's so versatile; you can do almost anything with it.
You really can.
Yeah.
Like we always say, it's the most underutilized piece of meat. You can cut it into steaks. You can cut it into really thin strips for fajitas. You can make stir fry. You can do pretty much anything with it. We do roast with it all the time. We put it in the house, throw it on salads. It's just awesome. Awesome piece of meat.
My second cousin was out here. She grew up in Syracuse, and her job brought her out here. She'd never heard of TriTip, so that's what we did when she was out here.
Cool.
And, yeah.
Very cool.
She's hooked.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, I mean, you grind it. That's what everyone
it's hamburger
houses would do. You grind TriTip.
That's crazy.
Always.
What a waste.
Flat meat, right off the sirloin, you grind it. You know, flank steak, grind it.
What
all
a
that
waste.
stuff. Grind it.
No, sacrilege.
Yeah. Now it's catching on. People are understanding that it's good.
So one of the things that we love about this podcast is it gives us an opportunity to really keep in touch with the people that we care about, the people that we admire, the people that we respect. Just starting this podcast has forced me to spend more time with Derek, and I know he doesn't appreciate that too much. But
not today, he doesn't.
But that's besides the point. But I wanted to definitely talk about what happened in Las Vegas and how it impacted your family directly. It's one of those things that we've had a really tough year worldwide with a lot of different things that have impacted us here in the United States, but also worldwide. And, every time there's a tragedy or a natural disaster, we always see how barbecue community is going to respond. And one of the cool things that we've been seeing is Operation Barbecue Relief, and they've been doing a lot of charity work down in Houston. They just deployed up to California, up to Santa Rosa, to feed victims as well as first responders. And they're part of National Barbecue Association. But you guys should definitely check out what they're doing. But what happened in Las Vegas was something that, when I heard the news when I woke up, it impacted me significantly just because, I had spent time there in Vegas with my wife.
I love Vegas.
We all have a special place in our heart for Vegas. And, I think it was, I don't know if it was Tuesday, but Fern came into Cali to just check in on me. And, look, I don't even remember what he was coming to get. Maybe he was getting some tri-tip rub or something. And, he had said, have you talked to Tom? I was like, no. What happened? He said, dude, you should check in with Tom. He's got a lot going on with what happened in Las Vegas. And, I reached out to you, and I'll kind of let you take it from there. What happened? When did you talk to Fern?
I talked to him the day after.
So on Monday?
That was a Monday.
So yeah.
You want to start?
I don't know about you talking with Fern.
Well, I just mean, okay. Well, so my wife was in Vegas. She was at that concert. She was staying in the Mandalay Bay. And I remember, obviously very vividly, I'll never forget this for the rest of my life. I'm laying on the couch, and I'm watching a DVR show. So there's no breaking news or anything like that.
Right.
It's a DVR show from a few hours before. My phone rings. It's about 10:45 at this point. Phone rings. I look at it. I don't know the number. Whatever, let it go to voicemail. And then I actually got a voicemail, which I thought was odd, that somebody's calling at 10:45 on a Sunday night.
Sure.
So I listened to the voicemail, and it took a few seconds to click that it was my wife, and it was her sounding more scared.
But it wasn't from a number that you knew.
No, it was from an unknown number.
Okay.
And it was my wife, and just the terror in her voice, I heard that and I felt that, and it literally took a minute for me to realize that's actually my wife. I'm thinking, is this a wrong number? What's going on? Let me know that she's okay. She lost her friend Lisa. They got separated. She lost her phone, and she's alive, and there's a shooting, and that she'll try to get back to me as soon as she can. So
Jesus.
I listened to the voicemail and immediately called back. And where she was at the time, there was hardly any service. So I'm just getting bits and pieces of her. I'm sure she's only getting bits and pieces of me. And I wasn't, panicked, but because like I said, it was still too soon. It wasn't breaking news at this point.
So you didn't really even know. You knew, all you knew was that she left you a voicemail that there was a shooting. and that she's okay.
Exactly. I figure, okay, somebody, drug deal gone bad, or somebody drunk in a bar fight,
Sure.
something like that. The scope of what it had
The
turned
magnitude,
into
you had
wasn't
no
realized.
idea.
I had no idea.
Right.
So we start texting, and she starts telling me, little bits and pieces.
Whose
about
phone
what-
is this, by the way?
It's just some person that she was hiding
Kindness
with.
of strangers.
Yeah.
I actually ended up with nothing.
Yeah.
Just the clothes on my back. So, and I got separated from my friend, and so
You
I didn't
just
have my phone.
Threw your phone down, ran away.
I actually had decided. I was like, I have to go to the restroom. So, I left my
So
phone.
are you a big country music
Oh my
fan?
god! Let me just tell you.
So let's-
They do
Let's-
this show every year.
I
Okay, so-
love country music. I love
Myself
the country
included.
people.
Right.
I mean, even you talking about tailgating, all the concerts
Sure.
at Chula Vista, and
Right.
it's just an experience. It's fun.
You spend time with your friends. You
Yeah,
listen to amazing
it's
music.
just fun.
Yeah.
And that's really what that weekend was supposed to be.
How many years have you been going?
This was my second
year?
year.
Okay.
So we went last year for the first time. We went this year.
And this is a group of girlfriends, or
It's actually just me and my friend Lisa.
yeah,
She
lives here
gambles.
in San Diego.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we get free,
Awesome.
comped rooms, and we just pay for the flight and we go. And even right before it happened, we were talking about how we're going to do it next year, and
Sure.
what was going to go on for next year.
So you had been there
Right.
the 2 days before,
Yes.
and did great shows.
Oh my God, we had a blast. We met so many people. I mean, I think that's one of the things about country.
Sure.
You're all friends.
Sure.
Everybody loves everybody. You just meet people.
Yeah.
And everyone's
So-
coming together for a good time.
Right.
Everyone's just going there to have a blast, listen to country music, dance, and meet new friends.
Yeah. I mean, I just keep saying it over and over. I'm like, it was supposed to be fun.
Right.
Like, you just can't even imagine. And, Jason Aldean was on, and I just said, hey, I'm going to go to the restroom. So I left all my stuff with her. I'm going to be
wow.
back in 2 minutes. so,
Right.
so I was walking up the stairs to the bathroom. That's when I heard the first shots.
Mhm.
And I remember just being like, what the fuck is that?
Right.
What is that? I thought it was fireworks. And I just said, hey, all right. Went to the restroom. And while I was in there is when the shots just started going. So, I mean, I still didn't really know what was happening.
Sure.
I was in there just going, what's going on?
Or
And
you
I-
think there's a big firework display or something, and this is the
Right.
grand
I mean,
finale that you're missing or something?
Right?
Yep.
And I hear people screaming, and I'm.
Are these temporary restrooms? Like, was it like?
So we were
porta
kind of
potty
in
type?
like a VIP section,
Yeah.
so they were the trailer kind.
trailer
kind,
So they
okay.
had stalls, they had sinks, they were really nice. And I was actually in there with 2 cleaning ladies who were freaking out. And they just kept telling me, don't come out,
Really?
They just said, shooting, 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 and, So I just sat there, and
It was just you three in the.
Yeah.
Wow.
For weirdest thing, right? There was nobody in the bathroom. And I just kind of put the seat down and put my feet up because I thought the guy was there.
Yeah.
At this time, you don't know.
Well,
that,
still, yeah, you had no idea.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, what if he comes in the bathroom?
Or
Then,
how many?
right.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
And you don't
Couldn't
have your
even
phone.
imagine what's going on.
No.
there.
And so
Your
I
mind.
just put my feet up thinking, well, if he comes in here,
He's gonna
maybe he
look
won't
and-
see me.
sure.
And I just sat there and I prayed.
Right.
I was just like, let me see my son again. Just
Right.
please let me see Dylan again, and please let Lisa be okay. I had no idea what was going on outside. It's like I could hear it, but I wasn't in the middle of it.
Right.
So I was just very confused,
Do you know how long you stayed in there?
It probably wasn't as long as it felt,
Right.
but I mean, a good 10, 15 minutes for sure.
Oh, it's got to be hours in your.
It feels
Yeah.
like, yeah.
God.
Was the noise, the shooting had stopped when you went out? When
Somebody-
did you feel safe enough?
Somebody
to come
had
out?
opened the door and told us to get out.
Oh, really?
And then, but there wasn't really anything organized going on. And,
Do you-
a lot of the venue had been emptied by now.
Yeah.
So I came out of the bathroom, but I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. Unfortunately, I saw injured people and in bodies, and I didn't know what to do. So I ended up just sitting next to the stairs of the bathroom And I just sat there. I didn't know. Was it over?
Right.
So, and I remember feeling people behind me, and they had hidden under the trailer.
Okay.
So I just kind of put my hand back, and I was holding their hand, and until somebody told me to go again.
Was there any noises going on, or I mean, can
Just
you even
the
remember?
people.
Just people.
I think the shooting was done.
But like, were there people screaming?
There was people. A lot of it was mostly, does anybody need help? Like.
There's a lot of people reaching out, seeing what they could do to lend a hand.
Yeah, that's actually one of my regrets that I think about a lot. Like, what was I doing? Like, why wasn't I, helping people? Why wasn't?
Yeah, but you can't think about at a time like that. You don't know. Like you're saying, you're sitting in there. You truly have no idea. Is there 1? Is there 10? Is there 15? Are we getting ambushed? What do you do? And you have to think about yourself for a second. Now when you're out there, but it is good to hear what. It's unfortunate that a lot of times we don't get to hear the stories about all the people that are willing to go and help, and to bring light to those people that did do that. That's you hear a lot of these negative things, but there's a lot of good people out there that were doing stuff. And I mean, you don't know how much you help that person that you were holding their hand. I mean, just giving them that comfort, that's huge. You did what you could do at that time. It's not you should never think about that you didn't do enough or anything like that. It's you did what you did, and that's I can't even imagine how long that would feel for after 10, 15 minutes. I mean, like I said, it's got to be
had to feel like an eternity.
Yeah,
it did. And you have to imagine, like, there's no windows, there's nothing. Like, so I still didn't really know what was happening.
And you're just sitting there with your thoughts.
Just like, yes. Just
you and your thoughts. That's
you start thinking, like, I went to Vegas and I wanted to get away from my kid. Like, I was free.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, I just want to go home and see my kid,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's just so many things go through your head.
And then when did you actually leave the venue? I mean,
I remember. So after I got up,
when did you get the phone to call?
There was a security guard. I was kind of wandering, and he asked me if I was okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just kind of saying, "I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go." And he kind of took me and ran with me to the exit. And he just kind of said, "Follow these people."
Was everybody running at that time?
Still people are running, like.
And not running in a certain I mean...
Somebody had said, go towards the Tropicana.
Okay.
So that's where I ended up, and that's when, the first person let me use their phone. I mean, people, you have to just talk about the good people,
Right.
There's this one asshole that just ruined 20,000 people's lives, whether injured or not, mentally, physically, and just all the people that came together. I mean, I ended up probably with 3 different groups of people, and they all just took me like they weren't going to let me be by myself. They weren't, they were going to take care of me. What do I need? And
there was a woman that she was with. I think you were in the service tunnel of the Tropicana, and this lady's daughter had been shot, and she's okay. I think she got shot in the leg,
in the foot.
Mm-hmm. So she's okay. But at the time, she didn't know. So her daughter got shot. She was on her way to the hospital, and this lady's trapped in a service tunnel, can't leave. The police have the place on lockdown, and while she's probably living her perfect nightmare, she lets my wife use her phone so she could get in touch with her family.
Wow.
How cool is that?
The selfless acts of people that in a time of need. That's what we need to hear more of. And it's unfortunate that this guy did what he did, and like you said, it's something you can never unsee. You can you've done a lot of harm to a lot of people, but we need to make sure that what we do is focus on the positives and the people that did come together. And it's unfortunate, but it can still bring a community together. And it's probably some of these people, as much as he affected you negatively, some of these people that have touched you in a positive way that you'll never forget.
I actually, after I asked if my friend or Tom still had the numbers that I called him from.
Yeah.
And Lisa still had them. And so I have made contact with all those people, and just even in a text message.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh my God, Tamara, we were so worried. And they were just so happy to hear from me and,
Right.
know that I was okay. And I probably made friends for life, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I just
Actually-
love them. I love them.
I feel bad because a habit, you go through and you just delete old texts. And it's
Yeah.
just a habit, just something that I do on a regular basis. And not even thinking about it, just, delete and it's gone. And so she asked me, I said, crap. Because I was thinking the two, I wanted to get in touch with these people and
Sure.
say, hey, thanks that you
Thank
let
you.
my wife use your phone.
Thank you. I mean, cannot even imagine what was going through your mind, when you get that voicemail. I mean,
I still have the voicemail that
It's-
I did not delete.
yeah.
We got to feel, thankful that she's okay, but then also thinking, what can I do?
Yeah.
Right.
Should I
was
go to
about-
Vegas?
yeah.
I mean, that would be my first thought is,
Right.
do I go? I need to go get her.
It was about 3 a.m. or so when things finally started to kind of calm down a little bit. I didn't sleep the whole night. She didn't
I
sleep
mean,
the
did you
whole
have
night.
the news on? Were you?
When I first got in touch with her, like I said, it was 11:15, and so we're texting back and forth, and I'm kind of getting a scope of what's going on. So I clicked the news on, and I'm getting the tail end of 10 o'clock news. And at this point, it's still not breaking news. It's just, hey, look what's happening in Vegas. There's a shooting. A couple people died. Typical
Yeah.
Sunday night, right?
Right.
And so I'm frantically, just every channel that I could find that's got news on, trying to see what's what. And then finally, by the time the 11 o'clock news came on, at that point now it's breaking news. Now it's on every channel. So I'm flipping back and forth to every news channel that I could find, seeing am I going to see my wife?
And now you're starting to see the magnitude of what really
And
happened.
of course, the stories were they change all over the place when stuff like this happens. So
Yeah.
at first it was 2 people lost their lives, 20 people injured, and then it went up to 50 people lost their lives and 500 injured, and then just back and forth. But then they showed a clip of the actual act of the guy firing, and I'm a gun owner. I know what full auto sounds like, and that's when I said, "Holy shit!" And at that point. I don't remember if they said that they knew where the guy was, but he wasn't confirmed dead yet. So as far as anybody knew, he's still out there.
Yeah.
And so I'm just, I'm scouring the news, and my son wakes up, 3-year-old, at about 1 o'clock in the morning. So he wanders out and he plops down on the couch. So here, I've got all this carnage on the news,
Yeah.
and the last thing I'm going to do is turn it off, because my wife's there. I can't turn it
Yeah.
off. So I just gave him, here's a whole handful of toys, and
Oh my God, I can't imagine.
Yeah, so-
that's not the conversation you're ready to have with.
No.
your 3-year-old
Fortunately,
son.
he actually focused on his toys a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's like all 3-year-olds. He loves TV, so he's watching.
But I mean, you just
Right.
think about that as a parent. You don't know at what point, you have to actually deal with. Hey, mom's not here. Why is Las Vegas on the news?
Yeah.
Isn't mom in Las
He's
Vegas?
he was
you
a
know,
little young to really understand
exactly
the scope of that.
3.
But my
But I mean,
daughter,
had
Yeah.
your daughter been there,
well, she was
that's-
texting me. She heard about it, and so she starts texting me, and I told her, yes, I talked to Tamara, and she's okay, and so far as we know, she's going to continue to be okay. I will update you. I need to keep my phone open because I'm getting texts from multiple different numbers that she was using, and I also got in touch with a friend who at this point was on the other side of town.
Yeah, I was gonna say what happened with Lisa? What was her?
So, I mean, she was there. I mean, alone, right? So
Yeah,
she
she saw
witnessed
the-
all of it.
yeah.
I mean, she saw a girl get shot right in front of her.
Right.
4 times, she said, in the chest. And,
God.
we had met people there, and they actually did, they got on top of her, and they shielded her. And then I think the place where we were, the VIP area, was like raised. So I think they all went underneath. Yeah. And I think she must have went out a different exit than me. So she ended up on the Luxor side.
Okay.
And they put them all in the theater and told them they would be safe there. But then that's when you start hearing there's multiple shooters. There's a
Right.
shooter in the
Yeah.
Luxor.
And that's what
There's a
happens when you
shooter
have
at
this- your
Tropicana.
phones.
Exactly.
You
yeah.
know, so then she ran again.
Right.
And she was on the phone with her brother. I think he's like a police officer or something. He's telling her where to go. So she goes to the Palace Station Casino, which is way far
Yeah.
off the strip.
Yep.
So that's where she went. She just stayed there, and somehow, by the grace of God, I remembered her phone number. You know, with
Isn't
this
that
day
crazy?
and age,
We don't even remember
like,
our phone numbers.
we don't
I
know
have like
phone
5.
numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And then outside
it.
of that, it's like,
You know, I didn't
Yeah.
have anything with me, but
Yeah.
somehow I remembered her phone number. So
That's
at least we were
crazy.
able to communicate.
That's a good friend.
Oh
if you can
my
remember
God.
someone's phone number,
Right.
that's a
Yep.
good
Right?
friend.
I
that's
love
been-
her. She's my best friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, she kept saying, "Well, just come here." I'm like, "You don't understand. You know, we're
Yeah.
on lockdown. I can't leave." And I mean, the roads are closed. There's no cabs. So I probably didn't get to her till 6 a.m.
where were you guys staying at?
We were staying at the Mandalay Bay
Oh, wow.
on the 33rd floor.
On the 33rd floor.
We were just like, we probably saw this guy, you know? Like,
Right.
it's just a scary, scary feeling.
You want to hear an interesting story about that?
Yeah.
So we had Lisa over for steaks a week after that. It actually turned out to be the first time
Did
she
you
left her
barbecue
house
on?
since. Absolutely.
There you go.
I was
Absolutely.
trying to get her out of
Yeah.
the house.
Yeah. So
Right.
her and her daughter, come over. Let's just sit around and eat
what
steak
food,
and
that's
love
what
each
food
other.
and barbecue is.
Me
is,
too.
You know,
Brings
you-
people together.
You talk about the good times, but you
Break
also have
bread.
to be there for the bad times.
Exactly.
You know, because they're tough things that we all have to deal with, and
Mhm.
if you don't talk about them, they're, you know,
Well,
they happen.
Eat you up.
So we're outside and we're just talking about everything that she saw and that she went through. Excuse me. And she she goes to Vegas a lot and she spends a lot of money there, so she gets comped really nice things. And she was telling me that the room that they got was on the 30. I think she specifically said it was on the 32nd floor, and it was a 2-room like suite with windows that overlooked the festival grounds.
Wow.
And that the day they got to Vegas, which was that Friday, one of the hotel people called and said, "Sorry, a high roller came into town yesterday, and we had to give him that room because he spends a lot more money here."
Really?
So
That was his room?
that's what she's been led to believe.
Wow.
And it makes sense, But
Wow.
what are the odds? What are the odds?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the time, we were like, yeah, that's fine,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're still getting a
no,
nice
sure,
room, no big
absolutely.
deal.
Yeah, they gave us 2 rooms with the doors that connect instead of the one big suite with,
Right.
yeah. I thought it
That's-
was cool at first. I was like, I got my own
When did,
hotel
when
room.
when did you get back to San Diego?
Monday.
Same plane flight that you had
Yeah,
scheduled?
it was probably just delayed like 15 minutes.
When did you get back into your room?
So she had got a room at the Palace Station, and so around 6, I said, let's just go, try to sleep a little bit. So we probably slept for an hour and a half, maybe. And then I saw on the Facebook page, Mandalay Bay's page, it said guests are being allowed back in their rooms. So I think probably around 9,
Yeah.
we tried to make our way back. The Palace Station was very nice. They gave us one of their drivers, and because still you couldn't really get cabs and things.
Yeah.
So he drove us. The roads were still closed, so he got us to Excalibur, and then we just had to walk from there to Luxor, Mandalay Bay, and then it was kind of creepy. You walk in, it was very empty, just a couple people gambling, but not much going on at all.
Yeah.
I'm actually fucking surprised people were gambling.
I was surprised.
That's the first time I
too.
heard that as well.
Yeah.
It sounds, what?
That's
Yeah,
People are
there
actually
was.
gambling?
That's
Right.
Couple people.
Phew.
Then we went up to the room and we were like, let's take showers, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You
one
know.
of the interesting things that you just said is like you saw MGM on their Facebook page, and like because there's so much misinformation that's going around, you don't know where to go. But like when a company has an active social account, like a Facebook page or a Twitter, in times of natural disaster, it's one of the easiest ways to get information out. And like on a micro scale, for when there was power outage in San Diego, there was times where I couldn't use a phone. None of the phones worked. The only thing that I could get through was a Twitter.
Right.
Twitter was the only thing at that time that I could get a message through. And, it makes you think in a time of an actual, terrible disaster, how am I going to get a hold of my wife? How am I going to get a hold of the people that I love the most? Or if we're for our business, what are we going to do? How can we tell our customers that, it's safe to come back to Spring Valley? Those things are...
People kept telling us, "Oh, you're not going to be able to go back. You're not going to be able to go back." And I said, "No, it's on their Facebook page.
Yeah,
They posted it. I can go back." And they were trying to argue with us. You're not going to be able to. So yeah, because it was on their page. And
but it's important too, because you need to get your stuff. You need to get back to you can't.
We didn't know if we would be able to even get our stuff.
Sure.
So it was. And you imagine we were on the ground, and just by the time it was 9 a.m, we wanted to take showers, and just leave.
Yeah.
So you get home, and I can't imagine the emotions that you go through being able to see your son and husband and just...
Even when I got there, I looked up and my brother was there, and I'm like, at the airport.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was so freaked out. He was going to drive there.
Yeah.
And my parents had to stop him, going, the roads are closed, you're not going to be able to. And
Yeah.
Right, no matter what you,
Yeah.
No matter what
so
you do, you're not getting there.
He just wanted to see me, and Tom was there to pick me up, and he just hugged me for a while.
I did not sleep a wink, and I was not, there was going to be no comfort whatsoever until I actually, not till I saw her, but till I actually got her home.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, okay, now we're at the airport. What happens if we get in a fucking car accident on the way home? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Right.
absolutely.
So once we got home, that's,
Yeah.
breathe in and just, okay, she's home, she's safe. Let everybody know. And, and then now just kind of dealing with all the after effects, which,
Well, sure.
my friends kept texting me all day long, holy crap, do you need anything? I said,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm fine. I'm good. I get to go to the airport and pick up my wife.
Yeah.
There's 58 other families that don't get to do that.
Yeah.
So, that is not lost on me. That's huge. That's big.
Sure.
So
That's another thing about social media. I didn't have my phone,
Yeah.
but because Lisa had hers, we had somebody on the outside posting that
That's-
I was okay
yeah,
and that
absolutely.
Lisa was okay, and he was keeping people updated.
Yeah.
Without him, people would have probably thought I was, I was gone.
Well, I don't know, your situation with your phone and stuff, but for me, I always have my phone on me, and it's so if you're kind of the same and you all of a sudden for 1 second then don't have your phone
Yeah.
on you because you just left it, because of course you're just going to go to the
Be right
bathroom real
back.
quick and be right back. You don't think twice about it, and then if someone can't get a hold of me, or if you have your phone
Oh,
a lot,
yeah.
can't get a hold of you, your mind just plays crazy. You're like, oh, you think the worst, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's just, my stomach sinks just even thinking about that shit.
Yeah. Anybody who knows me knows that you can get a hold of me, and if I don't respond back to you, chances are something's wrong.
Right.
I'm either on an airplane where I'm on airplane mode, or, but you can always get a hold of me. And that's really, it's just something that the way that I am. And, it's when Fern told me, the emotion that went through me knowing you and your family, and, how much we loved watching you compete and watching you participate in this barbecue event and become really part of our family, part of our barbecue family. It was devastating, it was devastating and helpless, but all I can do is let you know that Derek and I and our families were here for you.
And I truly appreciate that. That meant a lot. And that's the barbecue community right there.
Yeah.
I was talking to my coworkers, the guys that are going to be on the team with me this upcoming competition, and I told them that, and they said, "Really? The owner of the restaurant got in touch with you?" He said, "Yeah, that's what we do. It's this particular community is." You've got different groups of friends that like to go off-road, and you got different groups of friends that like to go do this and go do that and go do the other. The barbecue community, to me, it seems like, is the one group that there's absolutely no barriers.
Yeah.
No
No barriers to entry.
Hey, can I have
Yeah.
your recipe for, your favorite steak? Sure, here you go.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And then, just keeping in touch with everything. There's no animosity between guys, and it's just, You know, there's no barriers, and it means a lot. It really means a lot.
I mean, those are the things that make the barbecue community stronger. It's one of the things we're learning about the podcast community. You know, every community in its own right, it's only as good as the people and the individuals that are there and their generosity. What we've learned from Gene Goycochea and Arlie Bragg and Randy Gill, the way the barbecue works is you have to give, you know, and it's all about giving. And you know, the more that Derek and I can give through our amateur event, our pro event, through the restaurant, through catering, through helping anybody, no matter what it might be, we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for people that reached out to us and helped us along the way.
No, I mean, I couldn't have said it better. It's truly a transparent industry where, you know, you sometimes want to hold things so close to you, but in the barbecue industry, you're allowed to kind of, you know, be who you are, and everyone comes together for the right reasons, and you don't have to like feel weird about like what are they trying to do? What are they trying to, you know, like, well, of course there's competition, right? I mean, there's the competition.
You get a little bit of that there, but that's a whole different thing.
It's more of like a true friendly competition. Like I want to beat you just because I want to beat, like I want to win. It's not like you know, it's not like I want you to lose. I just want to win. You know, so
I mean, I think probably.
Hey, come over. You cook your steak. I'll cook my steak.
Right.
We'll see who's is better.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Exactly.
I mean, I think probably one of the worst things that can happen to a barbecue community is to have somebody not come back and to know why they didn't come back. You know, was there something that we did as organizers that caused them to not want to, you know, go through all the work and all the time that it takes to participate in the contest? You know, that's the worst thing that can happen for us. And you know, we want to make sure that nobody falls through the cracks, you know, that they communicate. You know, we talk about at our restaurant when I'm doing orientation with our staff is communication has to be a two-way street.
It does.
You know,
Absolutely.
with my team, with Derek's team, if my team doesn't feel comfortable coming to me and telling me, hey, this is going on, you know, I'm having a tough time, you know, I might not be able to come into work. Like, you got to let us know because we can't read your mind. But like, we want to give back and help as much as we can, but we can't do it unless that communication happens.
Yep.
You know, and you know, as men, you know, Derek and I we're probably the worst at it. We're the worst at asking for help.
Oh, dude, it's
my wife might think that I'm kind of that bad as well.
Yeah.
Communication.
Communication.
What's that?
Yeah, what's that?
we tend to be these type A personalities where we think we can do everything, but I feel like I'm getting a lot better at it. Surrounding yourself with the right people, I think it's paramount to success. And for me, having my circle the way it is, I'm okay with asking for help. I don't tend to shy away from it as much as I used to. You know, I used to think I can do everything, put everything on my shoulders. Well, now I'm asking for help from other people, and they're asking me, and it's like we just work together, and that it's not there's no weird feelings about it at all. At least I don't ever feel weird about it anymore.
Absolutely not.
But you have to have that good circle. And,
Yep.
And a lot. I mean, 60 to 70% of that circle that I have is people that I met through barbecue. You know?
And that same circle, they're the kind of people that are going to be brutally honest with you. So they're not going to tell you just what you want to hear. Oh, Tom, you know, you do great fucking chicken, man.
Yeah.
I really like your chicken. You keep doing that great chicken. But no, they're going to be like, hey, your fucking ribs, they suck. Like, those are the guys that you have to keep. Those are the girls that you have to keep.
Yep.
Because those are the ones that make me better. You know, the people that are best on my team are the ones that are willing to tell me, hey, you know, you didn't communicate this very well, or I didn't understand why you did this. Hey, that helps me understand that maybe there's a better way or a different way that I can, because not every person on my team is going to read my emails, my 7,000 emails that I just put in their inbox.
Oh my God. He's not kidding about that.
You know.
So I'll just tweet at you. I'll tweet at you, or I'll find you on Snapchat. I'll figure out where you are, and I will find out.
Well, being open too to criticism and being able to receive help. Sometimes that's hard to even to do in itself. I mean, we were talking about golfing, and I golf with two of, I mean, I jokingly say this, but they're probably two of the best golfers in San Diego. They're phenomenal golfers, and I'm not very good. But I'm a hell of a lot better now than I ever have been because I've listened to them. And then golfing with Sean yesterday, I didn't know if I wanted to say it or not, but I could see it, like 2 things that he was doing. And I just said, hey, dude, I'm not telling you this because I'm good at golf, but this is what they tell me. Try to hit the ball the right center and practice a forehand in tennis because he used to play tennis. Like hit the ball with the forehand. It forces you to stay on top of the ball. And he did it. And your next drive that you did was just a fucking dead nuts.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Probably your best drive of the day.
Cleanest drive I hit. For
And
sure.
then, but he had to be receptive to me saying that not I wasn't trying to be
For
little.
sure.
Like I'm no good at golf, you know, but I wasn't trying to be little. I was like, hey, actually, I can see what they see, and he was receptive to it, and then started playing real well.
Yeah,
Nice.
we just recently, just by doing this podcast, we've had multiple people reach out about their business, about catering event that they were going to go participate in a vending, at a EDM huge concert, just asking, what should I ask? What should I ask? How much food should I cook? What should my menu be? And all these things that, Derek and I, we don't have the perfect fucking playbook for how to go and vend at a EDM concert, but like we've gained experience by failing, by doing some things successfully, by knowing at least what questions to ask.
And we can say that vending sucks. you take
Vending's
take all liability on yourself. Like they're like, oh yeah, there's gonna be 2,000 people there. You're like, right on, I'm gonna get all this barbecue, and then like 200 show up. You're like, what am I gonna do with all this food?
I've showed up with Fern when he did it at one of the local breweries a couple of times.
Yeah.
And yeah, what a pain in the ass.
It's a tough.
Sean always gets mad at me.
I tell him no.
He's like,
Fucking don't do that.
Do not do it. And now it's like, I happily say no. I can't go vend. And now if you want to say you're going to pay for 100 plates, come give me 100 plates. Bingo, I'm in. I'll give you that 100 plate, and I'll come
guaranteed money talks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do that. But I'm not going to take all that risk and vend. It's hard, man. It's hard. But I think you have to do it to learn those things, and it helps you get your foot in the door in some places.
Yeah,
So,
Absolutely. There's certain vending opportunities. Had we not done those, they wouldn't have led to something else.
Right.
But at least people reaching out and asking questions, what's the worst that can happen? You get the information, you don't use it? Like, fuck, you wasted 5 minutes that could possibly save you, $1,000, $2,000, whatever that might be. I mean, shit, it's definitely worth
Yep.
the ask. And the more that I've grown up, the more I realize that I don't know shit. I don't know a fucking thing. And the
back
more
when you were 25 and you knew everything,
I didn't know shit.
then you
back
realize
either.
you don't
It's
fucking
funny how
know
you
anything.
regress as you age.
Oh yeah.
It's the truth, though. I mean, I knew fucking everything when I was 25 until I
I
realized I,
was
knew
the smartest
fucking nothing.
teenager on the planet.
Right.
Now Courtney's the smartest teenager on the planet.
Yes. Well, the next generation of barbecue pit masters, that's something that's definitely exciting for us. I mean,
Oh, she loves it. She, it's what I love the most is I'll be doing other things and she's just cranking it out and just cooking it, and she's cooking it spot on. When it comes to my recipes, this is how you do it. Don't there's no variance. You do it this
Absolutely.
way because this is my way.
Yes.
And she's on top of it.
Right.
And just no guidance, no nothing, and she handles it and just it's awesome to watch that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
well,
It's
there's
cool to see that she has a passion for it. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I hope my kids have it. I don't know. I know they like to eat. I don't know if they're gonna.
See, the funny part is my son is about this close to being a vegetarian. So
Really?
that's
Oh, really?
That's really different.
it's already happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 years old. Mm-hmm. My 3-year-old. What did he have tonight? He had chicken salad and chips.
Nice.
So I had some chicken in there.
Yeah, he eats chicken. He won't touch hot dogs. Not a big fan of beef.
No,
Doesn't like my pulled pork.
no. Beef is hard for my son too, though. Right now, unless it's
Yeah.
filet.
Yeah.
And he can chew right through it.
Yeah.
Like when they have to chew a little bit too much, and at 3 years old, I'm like, no, this TriTip's really fucking good, dude. You really need to like this. I promise.
Yep.
It's like, oh, Dad, I don't want that. I'm
He
like,
says no.
yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, the best brisket I ever made. You pull it apart and it's just beautiful
Yeah.
and tender. And nope, you wanted no part of that.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
part
if
of it.
It's they'll change. They'll change. My youngest, he's 1.5. Oh no, God, no, he's almost 2. He eats fucking everything.
Nice.
Like it does not matter. He just crushes everything. So he'll be the one probably to take on the eating barbecue thing. We'll see.
We'll see.
Never know.
Well, we're so fired up for this year. November 5th, Sunday, Spring Valley Tailgate Barbecue Festival.
We've already got a shit ton of teams signed up too.
Dude, this is the most teams we've ever had signed up this far out from the contest. We've got a ton of returning teams. San Diego Gulls. We got Derek
Dawson, Dirty Double D.
up. He's ready. We got a couple new teams like Callie's Mike's Barbecue. He's fired up. He's really
is he coming
excited.
down?
He is. He's coming down.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's coming down. He's excited.
Shout out to him, man.
We got a couple teams that were first teams up in Del Mar. They're coming out as well.
Fuck yeah.
We got a couple of the podcast heavyweights coming down to give out barbecue. Coops and Smoked Hog and Brazen's coming out. Yeah.
I'm hungry already.
I'm actually trying to get Taylor. I sponsor teams in Overline. I play in Overline as well, which is a fun little game out here in San Diego that we play. And Taylor, I gave him one of my smokers that I made. God, how long has it been now? Over 10 years ago. I built them. I welded 18 of them together, sold all of them, and have had a few left, and wasn't using them anymore because we got these other pits, and because we were going through so much, those smokers couldn't keep up. He got the itch, man, and I gave it to him, and it's a little offset smoker, and he's in. Every day I'm getting a text.
There you go.
Something he's smoking. He's like, and I smoked a bunch of it, so I'll give it out to my mom. I give it to my dad. I give it to everyone. He's like, just because I want to make sure like I'm getting it right, and so we're gonna get him.
Well,
I did
you
tell
gotta
him,
be careful.
I did tell him he can't have his girlfriend help him because she's helping us. Because Kelsey, she's a fucking rock star. She is a rock star. She helps at Del Mar and in our barbecue events, and she has to help us because she's that damn good.
Well, the funny thing is we don't let anybody fall through the cracks. So Brian Underwood, who came to us in Del Mar and said he was going to compete, I just tweeted him before the show. I told him, I don't see your name on this list. Something is wrong. Something's wrong. He apologized. He said, you called me out. I can't believe you noticed. I'm like, we notice everything.
Right.
We notice everything. You're not on the list. You said you were going to be. He's like, I'm going to come down. Got some family commitments, but I'm going to compete. So 2018, you've already been called out. We have a spot on the street for you. I'm going to make sure that you're out there. Tyler Candell, you told me you were going to compete. I don't see you signed up.
Ooh, let me see that. Nope, don't see him.
Yeah, I don't see him on there. So
get your ass signed up, guys. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a really good one. Lots of good eats, a lot of good people. We're really, really fired up, and we're happy that we can do it again this year, and we can continue to grow and learn. And you know, we live in a very eclectic neighborhood, and we're fortunate that barbecue can bring everyone together. Doesn't matter the race, gender, doesn't matter at all. You guys come, enjoy it. Love to see you. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining this podcast with us today.
Thank you guys for having us. Appreciate
it. Thank you for sharing. You know, such a tragic story.
Me. I think it kind of helps when
we
can talk about it.
Absolutely.
So, thank you.
For us, we just have to be so grateful for everything that we have, and we're grateful that tonight we get to spend with you and share your story and come out and support WGW. On Sunday, November 5th, and we're gonna raise some money for some at-risk youth.
I'm gonna eat some good barbecue.
Yes,
and
come out.
We're gonna tweet about it, and we're also gonna get you signed up so we can send people to your Instagram page.
Let's do it.
So make sure you're on LinkedIn. Make sure you're on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat.
What is it now? WGW, but it's
Weber Grills Win.
There we go.
Grills Win.
Okay.
I'll try to come up with something a little better. That's kind of spur of the moment, but
yeah. We like it.
Yeah,
totally somebody came up and said, "What does it mean?" And we were like,
as my underage daughter's
that's
handing
actually
my plate
good
of food, and I'm like, okay, I can't say that. I can't say white girl.
That's good advice on branding.
Right.
Brand for the long term.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
Brand for the long term.
Yeah. Plan for the long term. Even if you don't think you're going to go far, you never know.
You never know.
Plan for it, because I never expected to be where I'm at right now.
When can we get you out to a KCBS event?
That is next on my list.
I like it.
I wanted to this year, and we were trying to. It's been a very tough year. I told you my father passed away
Sorry to
the
hear
day
that.
of the
Del Mar
Mar.
event. Yeah.
Sorry to hear
So
that.
I had to drop out of that. I was going to be on Fern's team,
Yeah.
and had to drop out of that. And the one that he just recently did, or it might be coming up. I don't remember off the top of my head. I couldn't do that just because everything else that's going on.
Sure.
But I'm going to get 2017 behind
Yep.
me, and 2018. That's my goal. Is
There's
to
going to be a
take the next step.
pretty
Awesome.
cool contest in Del Mar again,
Yes,
2018.
that's
So
for sure.
just in case you wanted to do that one, well,
I've been practicing. I'm pretty good at pork butt. Been practicing my brisket.
There you go.
nice.
And I'm pretty proud of my pork butt.
Cool.
Pretty proud of that.
Do it, man.
Yeah.
Do
But
it.
we appreciate everybody listening all over the world. We
So
appreciate you,
stoked.
Norway, Australia, all over United States. Keep being social with us. Let us know. Show us what you're doing. We can't thank you guys enough for tuning into the podcast. We love doing this. So tell a friend. Subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, wherever you listen. Keep slow smoking, and we'll talk to you soon.